Where Colin was right.
I've talked about that Caitlin Clark isn't part of the moment. She is the moment. Last week, Sophie Cunningham, who's been in the WNBA 7 years, sold her jerseys out in a day, added 350,000 IG followers by just fouling somebody hard in support of Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham's been around 7 years. Nobody paid much attention. Suddenly, you can't keep her jerseys on the rack because she's just defending Caitlin Clark. That is the definition of a transformative basketball player. Caitlin Clark is not part of it. She is the moment. It is a Taylor Swift tour. I don't care who plays before and after. I don't care about anybody else on the label. It's all about Caitlin Clark. Colin Wright, Colin.
Well, he's wrong about that, though, because with Taylor Swift, there's still music still exists. There is nothing without Caitlin Clark. There's nothing without Caitlin Clark. Like, that's what I keep trying to emphasize, and I'm the one that keeps saying she is the moment. She is everything, and I know it triggers people, but it's just like it doesn't change it from being any less true. And something like this is so perfect because I said this. Literally, I just made a video. I mean, I make lots of videos talking about this. That Caitlin Clark's popularity makes everyone else popular. Like that I argued that from the jump with Caitlin Clark when she first entered the WNBA. The jump. And watching all these people try to be petty about it and complain and be like, there's more to bet. There's more than just Caitlin Clark, more than just Caitlin Clark. And I said, no, there's not. No, there's not. No, there's not. And it's okay right now because there will be eventually because of Caitlin Clark. But if you remember all last year, they kept trying to fight and they kept trying to downplay what Caitlin Clark was doing. And it wasn't just Angel Reese. It was everything. They're like, these ladies have been playing great for years before Caitlin Clark. And I was like, yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. They're so great, and that's why Caitlin Clark, as a first year and second year, is continuing to beat, and break all of these, records, if we could really call them records, quite frankly. Because I mean, some of the records that Caitlin Clark is breaking, it's like she's done something like 5 times, and it's like in the history of the WNBA, it's only been done 5 times. I mean, like, my gosh, like that's kind of crazy. Like when you see a stat like this. Right, like most games with 50-plus points scored or assisted, 10 by Diana Taurasi, 9 by Caitlin Clark, and it took Diana Taurasi 565 games played. You're like, well, like, if it's that low, then is that a because Caitlin Clark's gonna end up doing? I mean, think about it. Just do the math. She's gonna have over 100 of those, so she's gonna have like 100. And second place is going to be 10. I mean, like, it's like, well, then is it even like a record at that point? Because it's just like, that's why I always try to talk about the talent drop off being so massive, but it doesn't matter. Sophie Cunningham's not just, isn't balling out there right now, but yet she's popular. She's getting famous. She's going to get paid. She's going to make that money. She got the social media partying going on. She's going to be in the magazines and modeling and this and that. Just like everyone else can be. Just like everyone else can be. Like, that's how this works. That's how this works. It's actually really funny when you look at it like this, too. This is actually mind-blowing. I looked at this the other day. So, they try to downplay what Caitlin Clark has done, especially like in her rookie year, right? They're like, well, all these other women are great, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And it's actually really interesting because she averaged 19 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, 8 assists, obviously great. And then even if we just now look at totals, 769 points, 227 rebounds, 337 assists. And like, let's now just look at 2 great players that people act are amazing and just so talented, A'ja Wilson and Sabrina. And it's so fascinating because when she was a rookie, okay, she averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, and scored 682 points. So Caitlin Clark actually scored more total points, by the way. And actually, she had 264 rebounds and Caitlin Clark had 227, but she had 337 assists, and Wilson had 74. So the rookie years, if you just want to even just look at points, it's very comparable. But again, they're ready to celebrate her. But yet then she drops down to 16 points, 20 points, 18 points, 19 points. And now it's started to click back up, 22, etc. But it's so fascinating because she's also supposed to be this rebound machine. And she's had her years. But then again, in 2019, 167, 188, right? 298. And the reality is Caitlin Clark is in striking distance. She's not in striking distance of 380 and 451, which, that's fine. That's fine. But the assists, Adrian Wilson's not even remotely in striking distance of what Caitlin Clark does from an assist standpoint. So it's pretty interesting that Caitlin Clark is either at or above from points, depending on what season you want to use. And rebounds are, for the most part, within striking distance, except for obviously some of her really high years. But the assists aren't even close. I mean, literally almost it'll end up being triple for Caitlin Clark. And then you look at someone like a Sabrina, and this is also really fascinating. She averaged 18 points, 11.7, 17.4, 17, 18, 20. Caitlin Clark, as a rookie, has beaten Sabrina in every single year for average points. In every single year. And now Sabrina's finally above 20, which is great. That's great. We'll see if it lasts. But and also even totals. What Caitlin Clark did, Sabrina in her rookie year, Sabrina never did once. Not once. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. It's pretty remarkable. I mean, it's just, even if we take, because again, she's played 30 games, 36, 36, 38. It's just even as a seasoned veteran, playing 38 games, she still had less assists, less points, rebounds will be essentially a toss. It's just pretty wild how they still want to try to emphasize some of these other players so much. I mean, Diana obviously played forever, but her career stats are 18 points, 3.9 rebounds, 4.2 assists. Caitlin Clark has every single one of those beaten, and she did it as a rookie. I mean, that's got to mean something, right? And the reality is Diana had a few really great years where she had 25 points, average 25 points, 24, 22, 21, but for the most part, 17, 16, 19, 13, 24, 20, 16, 17, 17, 20, 18. So it's not like she was averaging mid-20s season after season after season, but then she played so long that eventually her totals got down. I would say that this is actually a pretty reflective average of what she achieved. Same thing with rebounds, assists. She played forever, but nothing really brought her down too much necessarily. And yet Caitlin Clark is already just yeah, that's great. I'm doing this as a rookie, and now I'm continuing to do this as a second-year player. And when you just lean into it and accept it, then you can have more moments like this. You can have more of these women selling out their jerseys, blowing up on social media. This is the definition of, rising tides lift all boats. And, it's just, this is what I keep banging this drum on. And it's so great because I'm seeing now all these comments from people when I have this take. Right here. I started watching the WNBA because of Caitlin. I'm on the West Coast. I'm starting to watch Sparks, Storm, Valkyrie games. Good basketball is fun to watch. I mean, and I get so many of comments like this, that essentially I just started watching because of Caitlyn, and now I'm watching other games. I'm watching other players. I didn't realize this. I didn't realize that. You have so many new fans being brought into all of this. I mean, I get so many of this. That's me. I knew nothing about any other players. Now I like hearing and watching about all the other players and teams. Not only that, watching Women's March Madness, I'm already looking at other up-and-coming players. It's a win-win all the way around. And that's how this works. That's how you bring in new fans. That's how you bring in new audiences. That's how you bring in new ages, new demographics, new people from all around the world. They get brought in through one player, just like they've always have done since the history of sports. It's like, I'm a fan of that person, of that player, of that team. And then it grows. Then it evolves. And, you know, that's what happens. And the WNBA can keep fighting it. But when you have things like this, it's just proof. I mean, it really is. It's just proof. But they'll still try to twist it. Like, that's the thing. They'll try to twist it in like some sort of negative way, which is the crazy thing about it, rather than seeing the positive in it. I mean, it's actually incredibly straightforward. It really is. It's incredibly straightforward, especially when it's just basic math. It's basic math and basic money, but yet they still want to complicate it, man. It's 1 + 1 = 2, but they want to turn it into, 10,000 plus X minus Y divided by Q. And you're just like, man, it's just 1 + 1 = 2. It's so simple. And in fact, we've seen this play out a million times in multiple sports. So just let it unfold. Let it unfold. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caitlin Clark's effect proving to actually benefit? I know it's crazy to say out loud. Benefit the league as a whole, the other women, the other players, the other teams around the WNBA. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, because it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.